everybody. Welcome to yet another edition of the greatest podcast of all time, Deep Fat Fried. I have an announcement to make. We were just bought by Spotify for $7.2 trillion.
I thought of a better name for us, too.
Oh, yeah? Good. What's it?
Get this. Chapo Trap House.
Hell yeah. I love it.
Never heard of that before in my life. Great
Either
idea.
that or the last podcast on the left.
Ooh, that's a
I
nice
don't know
one.
how nobody's thought of these ideas.
I thought we could call ourselves the Joe Rogan Experience.
Ooh. I
what's
like
crazy?
that one.
Yeah.
As we have a
And
fairly large...
I'll be Joe. Scotty can be Rogan, and Paul, you can be Experience. You know,
I'm already the experience.
exactly, because
so.
you're the oldest. You know,
Dude, you know what I was crazy, TJ, was that
you've had the most experiences.
Chapo is no longer the top on Patreon. They got dethroned.
They got bitch slappo trap housed.
Yeah,
they
did.
got slappoed into the crap house.
Who's number one now?
I think it's this guy named Jim Swim. I think
Jim
it's like True Crime.
Swim.
Oh, Jim Can't Swim?
Jim can't swim.
Ooh, I like Jim Can't Swim.
I've never heard
I
of
like
him.
his. He does these examinations of interrogation videos that are released,
Oh, cool.
and he goes in depth into all like the psychological techniques that interrogators use to get people to admit things and how they break people down psychologically and shit. It's really interesting.
That's why
Well,
every question
the
you're
number one
asked by the
Patreon right
police, you should just go.
He's got a crazy fucking Patreon style too. He only has one tier and it's $1.
One tier, $1.
And he has something. He's the number one patron, so it must mean he has like 50 or 60,000 patrons or something.
Last time I looked, he had like 39,000.
That's pretty fucking crazy.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good right there, boy.
That's pretty crazy right there, boy. Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot. It's Paul Devereaux today.
So in terms of probably money making, Chapo is still probably number one, but total number of patrons, Jim Can't Swim.
Jim can't. If he raised that price, he could be making even more money. Should have.
Well, I don't think you can
but
just
he'd
raise
have
the
less
price
Should
of
have.
Patreon.
Should have charged $2.
You know what's
I don't
fucked
think
up,
you would have
though,
seen a
is
significant
Patreon,
drop off.
now it's charged sales tax. That's like some email they sent to us.
Okay.
And
All right,
Yeah, starting
everybody.
July 1st.
Price. Just letting you guys know, prices are going up.
ain't got nothing to do with us. It has to do with
Prices are going up from now on. Our
government.
low tier is $1,000.
the government coming. Well, no, it's not going to go. It's going to go whatever.
It's $1,000. It's gonna be $1,000, and then it's gonna be $50,000 to join the chef's table.
Damn.
But we only.
Okay, so overnight we'll have 0 patrons.
We're gonna
That's
lose
not
some
tough.
patrons. I'm gonna admit, but I think overall we're gonna be all right.
That's
You know,
a tough sell.
The 3 people that we're still doing the show for, they're gonna love it. So,
That's a real tough sell. Mr. Naughty Priest and who else?
Mr. Naughty
Yeah.
Priest, and maybe we just fucking get him. That dude has an alcoholism problem. We need to fucking intervene.
Dude, I was thinking about backstabbing you guys and getting Mr. Naughty Priest's money and like having him fund like a total fucking takeover kind of, you know what I mean? Where I split off and make another show with Naughty Priest money
Yeah,
Cool.
in a country with a non-extradition treaty, so you guys can't sue me and shit.
yeah.
I can just ignore all your legal challenges and
just be like
stuff.
the real Deep Fat Fried podcast.
Yep. Call it the real Deep Fat Fried with Paul and Naughty Priest. You know what I mean? And he
Yeah.
just bankrolls my whole fucking career.
No, I will say Naughty Priest is full of shit because I was like, you know what? I'll be Paul's solicitor. Let's sell Paul's dick pics to Pornhub. We'll put it on there. And he never negotiated. He was just full of shit. He just was like, whoa. Like, I don't remember exactly what he said, but it was never anything with money. It was just like, he was just full of shit.
You gotta
Mr.
remember-
Naughty Priest does not really want Paul's dick on Pornhub.
You got to remember though that he is a drunk. Like every time he writes me, he's always like, "I'm drinking, I'm drunk."
Well, I'm sorry. I don't have much respect for Mr. Naughty Priest. I'll take his money, but I don't respect him because you know what? As a gentleman, we're going to come to a deal. I think Paul had a number like $5,000-$10,000, and Mr. Naughty Priest just was unwilling to cut the
Yeah,
deal.
what the hell, Mr. Naughty Priest? You betrayed
It's
us.
on him, man.
You betrayed us.
Oh, well.
Fucking Naughty Priest. What a cocksucker, huh? What a fucking cocksucker. I'm just joking, Mr. Naughty Priest. We love you. Keep giving us that fucking those crazy donations.
Oh, just kidding there.
Just kidding, buddy.
No, man, I can't say I respect him, TJ, 'cause you know what? We're trying to make a deal, and he walked away from the deal.
You know
He's
what?
full of shit.
I think you probably
Bullshit.
I think knowing you, he probably just knew. I don't want to get in a deal with this unscrupulous motherfucker, you know?
Hey, a deal's a deal, TJ.
Yeah, but not to you, because you're going to be looking for those loopholes. And Mr. Naughty Priest was wise enough to know that.
Pay the money, and the money was going to go directly to Paul, and then Paul was going to send him, the Pornhub thing.
Yeah, flop my big old juicy dick out and slap it up on Pornhub.
That's what's going to happen. So you know what, TJ? I mean, you need to go, Mr. Naughty was freaking money. Shows what you fucking care about, TJ.
Yeah, I guess so.
Care about.
Here
I
you
don't
go.
know why are we even here, TJ? No
Why are
one's
you here?
mystery. Hey, it's a
All right,
mystery
I promise,
episode.
no more ambush episodes for a while, from me anyway.
Yeah, at least for a week.
Yeah, at least until next episode, you know?
Oh, wow. Well,
All right.
thanks.
So it will come as no surprise that you're being pitted against one another.
Here we go.
Here we go again. What?
TJ having to bite my style yet again, man.
Yeah. I think I did this. I've done the contest ones before anyone else.
I don't.
so
I don't remember that, TJ. I
Whatever.
don't remember it that way.
I think everyone's biting me on this one. But anyway, neither here nor there. What? Ask you that, gentlemen. What? No answers.
So fucking
Okay.
what?
Who?
Who cares?
Where?
Where's the
Wow.
beef?
Why?
Why am I doing this show right now?
Good question. But the most difficult. When?
When can I go take
Can I
a
leave?
fat shit and a nap?
Yeah.
So these are the 5 major questions that are asked about any like incident, historical or otherwise, right? People want to know. These are the 5 essential questions people want to know about any given subject that they're interested in. You know, what, who, where, why, and when. And the one I always had the most trouble with is when. I can never remember when shit fucking happened.
Yeah, I have this. I have similar troubles.
So, you know, I'm going to tell you some famous and sometimes not so famous events. And it's going to be up to you to tell me the year that they happened in. If you get the exact year, you get 10 points. If you're off by 1 year in either direction, you get 5 points. But if you're 10 years or more off, that's minus 5 points. If you're 20 years or more off, that's minus 10 points. So I know you guys will both play fairly and not cheat because you're honest gentlemen.
Oh yes,
There is
gentlemen of high moral fiber.
Yeah, I'm going to take this phone, TJ, and I'm just going to turn it off right
So
now.
there is-
Okay, and it's turned off. Yes.
There is a
perfect.
prize, and here it is. This is an 8 count of specialty jerkies.
I'm still waiting for my last fucking jerky.
Well, you know what?
I got it in my house.
I'm gonna be swimming in fucking jerky after
Well,
I
you
win
know what?
this fucking contest.
These are 8 specialty jerkies from Righteous Felon Craft Jerky. This is high caliber shit right
Oh
here.
shit, dude!
And they got
Is
some
this
clever
a
little names.
sponsorship that I don't know about? Or?
No, I was searching for jerkies. This one looked interesting. It's got I just love the names, like Habanero Escobar.
Is it
Yeah.
made by Righteous Felons too?
Yes. OG Hickory Bourbon. This is already on the way to my house, by the way. So, I've already ordered this. Unlike Scotty, who promises to order shit, and then it's like 3 weeks later and you got to badger him. I've already ordered this.
Damn.
Bourbon Franklin.
Hey, TJ, did you get your snack pack?
Yeah, I did. Maryland,
Fuck you,
Monroe,
bitch.
and so on and so forth. So this is 8 varieties of crazy flavors of jerky
They all looked equally delicious to me.
for Paul
so
to
I am,
sate himself on.
I'm all in on this one. I'm winning this motherfucker.
So, I firmly believe that you will win, Paul. I really do. I don't think Scotty knows shit. I think Scotty is more ignorant than he even lets on. So I thought about making you guys submit your answers in private via like texting or stuff, but that would just encourage you to be on your phone. And I know the temptation to cheat might be too great. So what I'm going to do instead,
Maybe for you.
you guys are going to get separate questions in alternating order. So let's start off easy. The first round is going to focus on the 20th century.
My kind of century.
Shit's going to get a little harder in some of the following rounds.
Okay.
The third round, there's 5 rounds. The third round is probably going to be the most difficult, but maybe I'm wrong about that. Now, I've done a few test runs of this and put the questions forth to others to make sure that they're reasonably fair. And I've discovered that if you have even a tenuous grasp on history, you should be able to at least pinpoint the decade in a lot of instances. Now there are some that are really fucking hard. I won't lie to you, but I think for the most part it's a fair fucking test.
So it's just a trivia show.
Yes, essentially.
Trivia.
Yes.
Trivia for trivial.
So, by the way, for each round, you will each have an opportunity. If you get one that you're just like, fuck, I don't know, you can get it narrowed down to the decade, which will maybe not get you points, but it will prevent you from losing points. All right. Scott,
if we get the decade right, we don't lose points.
Right. Well, no, yeah. If you're within 10 years, you don't lose any points. Now you only get points if you're either the year or the next adjacent year in either direction.
Okay.
Okie dokie.
If you're 10 years or more
Do we
off,
just have to guess what year shit happened? Man,
Yes.
I'm fucking horrible at this.
I know. That's why I did it. If you're 10 years off, then you lose points. If you're 20 years off, you lose a lot of points.
Wait, so if I'm 10 years off, so 10 or more?
10 or more. Well, no. Well, if you're exactly 10, I'll let you keep your points. But if you're more than 10 years off,
Okay, so it's basically
then you
like
lose.
once you hit 11,
Then you lose
more
5
years, or
points.
more years.
Right.
Okay.
Or 20 years. If you're more than 20 years off, then you lose 10 points.
Okay, so it's capped at 10 point loss each time.
Right. You can't lose more than 10. You can't
All right.
win more than 10.
Fair enough.
All right. So as I said, you're going to get different questions. They're going to be in alternating order.
Who goes first?
You do, Scotty. Scotty. And by the way, I'm going to tabulate the points at the end of each round, and you guys can kind of like have your little inner discussions. You could shit talk each other. You could shit talk me. You could talk about how the test is unfair or whatever you want to do.
Okay.
All right. So, Scotty, what year was the band Nirvana formed?
I think I know this one.
Yeah, I knew you would. That's why you didn't get this one.
Shit.
I have a good idea of when it's around. I mean, I know Kurt Cobain died in 94. So
This is the question of when it was formed.
no, I understand that. I'm just saying I know that's when he died.
Mm-hmm.
I know Nirvana had not been a band for super long, as you would think. God, I want to say. Fuck, dude, I should know this. I'm gonna go with 88.
1988.
Yep.
Paul, what year did Batman Returns come out?
So Batman came out in the early 80s. Batman Returns, I want to say 1989 or 90. Batman Returns is the second. No. Yeah, Batman Returns is the second one with DeVito and the Penguin and the...
Yeah, that's right.
I want to say 89 or 90. I'm going to go with 89.
1989. Okay. Scotty, what year did the Titanic sink?
1914, I believe.
Okay. Paul, what year did Elvis die?
Ooh, Elvis. I think he died in the 70s, didn't he?
Oh, dude, we just did an episode on this, Paul.
Yeah, but we didn't cover when he died.
Yeah, we did.
We
covered
probably
the exact
did, yeah.
day and year of his death. I actually know the answer to this one.
Wait, we just did an episode on Elvis?
No, he was part of an episode.
Oh, well, yeah. The conspiracy episode.
He's been part of a few, actually.
Yes, fuck,
He was
give me this,
he was
dude, I don't know
he was on the
exactly.
sexiest men list.
Yeah.
He was covered in the fit to fat list.
All right,
That's
Paul,
true.
just
He was
slip
covered in
me
the conspiracy
a
list.
true
We've
buffalo
we've
and
talked
you can
about
have the
Elvis a number
answer.
of times.
Just slip me a true buffalo and you got the answer, Paul.
Oh, okay. Which one do you want?
They're already cheating.
I'll give you that baby blue barbecue.
Also, there's
Oh,
no
damn, dude.
there's no reason for that to be up anymore. All right,
All right, I don't want to cheat, though.
all right, come on,
But I know
Paul.
the
I need an answer.
I'm going to go with Elvis died in 1977.
Okay. Scotty,
Star Wars.
Scotty, what year was Hitler appointed Chancellor of Germany?
Oh, appointed. Let's see.
Well, he was appointed. I mean, by the it was.
No, I know.
Under
But
enormous public pressure, but yeah.
Yeah. Became Chancellor of Germany. 1934.
Okay. Paul, what year was Gandhi assassinated?
Gandhi. Gandhi was assassinated in 19.
Remember, you can narrow it down to the decade if you need to. You get one of those each round.
Oh, I get one of those in each round.
Yes, both of you get one. So if you're
That's
really,
right. I forgot I had a lifeline.
If you're unsure down to the decade, you can always ask me to narrow.
Probably should have used that the last time. With this one, I'm pretty sure Gandhi was assassinated in 19. Give me the decade on Gandhi.
40s.
Yeah, that's what I figured. 1947.
Okay. Scotty, what year did the Apollo 13 launch? This actually came up in one of Paul's recent streams. I tried to give you guys ones that I thought the other would know, just so they can be like, damn it, I wish I got that one.
Oh, man.
You also have the ability to narrow it down to the decades if you wish.
Yeah, let's go ahead and do that.
70s.
Okay. That's good. So I was going to say something in the 60s, so that definitely helped me. God, what's the fucking Apollo 13? They made a fucking movie about this shit too.
They did.
Yeah.
Houston, we have a problem.
I know. It's from fuck, dude. Well, I can't really do any damage, I guess. So because TJ, I already used my lifeline.
Yeah, so you're guaranteed to not lose points.
I'm just gonna split the middle of the decade and say 1975, because I have no fucking clue when in the 70s it happened.
Fair enough. Paul, what year did the Beatles release Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band?
Eleanor Rigby riding about on the mains on the stairs. Nobody cares.
Paul sings as he's looking it up.
No, I'm not looking it up.
Clickety click, clackety click.
Look, all I've got is my.
That's fine. I'm just fucking with you. Go ahead.
I've got my little stress toy. 1969, Summer of Love.
1969. Cool. All right, Scotty, another Beatles-related question. What year was John Lennon shot?
Fuck, I believe Lennon was shot.
In the middle of the night. In the middle of your night, I call your name.
Dude, I'm pretty sure. Oh, fuck.
Oh, Yoko.
I have 2 years in my head. I have 1980 in my head and I have 1979 in my head.
All right, well, choose one of those or go somewhere else.
So I'm trying to maximize my points. For some reason, I want to say he was shot in 19. Oh, God, fuck, dude. What fucking.
This is a tough one.
Dude, I'm trying to fucking remember, dude. It's right in my brain. It's like my brain's telling me that I guess I have to go with one. 79.
Good guess. I would have guessed in the 70s at some point too.
What year? So this is for Paul. Paul, what year? This is a really weird one. I fucked you on this one. Paul, what year was Olive Garden founded?
Hey, Paul, when you're here, your family.
Olive Garden.
Yeah.
I wish I would have saved my fucking decade because Olive Garden. Dude. I want to say Olive Garden was founded in the 1980s. So I'll say 82.
That sounds like a good guess.
All right. So I am going to tabulate your points, and then I will tell you all that other stuff in a moment.
Cool.
So
okay.
You guys can yammer amongst yourselves for a second while I figure this out.
Dude, what the fuck is that Olive Garden shit, Paul? That was
I know, I got raped. Number one, I got raped. Number two,
question, dude.
This fucking game is just, nobody's good at this shit except for nerds that, have a facility for dates, but he knows neither one of us is that.
No, I can remember more of the broad strokes of history, not the exact dates.
Dryly fucking, and I have a real problem with it too. So I'm pretty sure you're going to win this one because I have problems with shit. Like, I'll tell you some shit happened like not that long ago that happened like 5 years ago.
Yeah, not too long ago. Paul, wasn't it like 4.5 years ago? Oh, yeah.
I was watching that movie Snatch with my girlfriend, and when I looked at the date that it came out and realized it had almost been 20 fucking years since that movie came out, it made me want to shit my pants because I would have been like, oh yeah, Snatch, that movie that came out a few years ago. And
you said that. Oh no, dude!
I have a terrible fucking my brain does not deal with time well. Time is
meaningless. Time is meaningless.
And so TJ's a piece of shit for doing this. He's derivative too because the people may not know it yet because I don't know what order they're going to come out with. But I just did an episode, by the way, a fucking brilliant episode that pitted the two of you against one another. And now TJ's here just making us fucking hate him and hate each other and slog through this date guessing game. I hate that stupid thoughtful look on TJ's fucking face when he's doing math. This makes me want to punch him right in his face.
Yeah, what the fuck, TJ?
Break.
I'm almost done. Hold on one second.
Well, you have all the answers printed out, TJ.
I do, but I still have to calculate years and stuff.
Yeah, he's got to do all kinds of math every round. It's an ill-fitting, ill-designed.
I learned how TJ does math. Doing a show.
Yeah, I'm bad at math, so I got to really make sure I get this right.
I know people think that he's using his phone calculator, but TJ is actually counting on his fingers and toes right now.
Yeah.
1, picky 2, picky 3, picky 4. Paul has 4 points. Scotty has 3. How many fewer points does Scotty have than Paul? 4, 1, 2, 3.
1.
All right.
Cool.
All right.
I have the results. So I asked what year was the band Nirvana formed. Scotty said 1988. The correct year was 1987. Scotty got 5 points for that.
Sweet.
Paul, I asked you what year Batman Returns came out. You said 1989, which is actually the release year of the original Batman.
Sucks.
So 1992 is the correct answer. You got 0 points. You didn't lose any points. Scotty, I asked you what year did the Titanic sink. You said 1912. The correct year is 1914. You got 0 points.
I said 1914.
You did say 1914.
Yeah, the correct answer is 1912.
Oh, you said that you reversed it.
I reversed it. I'm sorry.
Got it.
I got to be careful.
Okay.
So
Scotty got another 5 points.
Paul, I asked you what year did Elvis die. You said 1977. The correct answer is 1977. You got 10 points.
Boom! Knocked that one out of the park.
Scotty, I asked you
what? I thought Elvis died in 76.
No, he died in 77.
Okay.
Scotty,
I want to verify that, TJ.
Go ahead and verify it.
He died in 76.
Verification.
I want independent verification. This is fucking rigged against me.
If you think something's wrong, go ahead and look it up.
I have to question it, TJ.
Go ahead. Scotty, you said
you're right.
I asked you what year was Hitler appointed Chancellor of Germany. You said 1934. The correct answer is 1933. You get 5 points.
Fuck, dude. I was going to say 33 too. Fuck.
You're close. That
Paul,
ties it up, I think. 10-10.
So, Paul, I asked you what year Gandhi was assassinated. You said 1947. The correct answer is 1948. You get 5 points.
Ooh, so close.
Scotty, I asked you what year did the Apollo 13 launch. You said 1975. The correct answer is 1970. You get 0 points.
Fair enough.
Paul, I asked you what year did the Beatles release Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. The correct answer is 1967. You said 1969. You get 0 points.
I get no points for that?
Nope.
That was close.
It's not close enough. Scotty, I asked you what year was John Lennon shot. You said 1979. The correct answer was 1980, the other year you were thinking of.
Oh, fuck!
You got 5 points. Paul, I asked you what year Olive Garden was founded, and somehow you knew that it was founded in 1982, and you got 10 points.
This is fucking fucking rigged against me. This is fucking rigged. This shit is fucking rigged, dude.
The final scores of round 1 are 15 points for Scotty and 25 points for Paul.
This is a fucking rigged competition. How the fuck did Paul know when your Olive Garden was founded? How the fuck did Paul know when your Olive? I don't fucking know when your Olive Garden was founded.
Took a stab.
This is fucking goddamn bullshit.
I took a stab.
I want to verify this cheat. This is fucking goddamn cheating ass shit.
Didn't even narrow it down.
Olive Garden was not founded in 1982. This is bullshit. Olive Garden founding.
All right, well, hurry up because we got another round to go through. But you go ahead and look that up.
Yeah, I'm looking up. This is impossible, dude. Paul fucking cheated, dude. You guys cheated.
Scotty, all about that independent verification.
Dude, I gotta make sure.
He's got a fact check.
Let's see. Olive Garden, not funding, founding. This is bullshit, TJ.
I promise you, it was founded in 1982.
God fucking damn it! God fucking damn it!
All right.
I've been fucking cheated, dude. I've been fucking cheated. That's all I gotta say right now. Fucking goddamn Paul and TJ rigging shit against me.
Yeah, it's awful. Poor Scotty. All right. So the next round is American history.
Round 2.
Now this is the history of your very own country that you've lived in.
Okay.
So Paul, we're going to start with you this round.
Yes, sir.
What year did the United States enter World War I? Now, I want to make sure you understand, not when did World War I start, but what year did the United States enter World War I?
When the war really started.
Man, I'm really bad at this type of shit, man.
I know.
Oh, shit, dude.
Believe me, I know. The hardest round is the next round, by the way.
Great.
World War I want to say 1914?
Okay.
1915. I'm going to say 1915. Final answer.
15. Okay. Sorry.
All right.
1915.
That's a good answer.
Okay. Scotty. This is a tough one. What year did the Salem witch trials take place?
Oh, fuck, dude. This, I'm just going to go and use it right away because I don't want to fucking bomb this one.
I don't blame you. That's a tough one. It's the you want me to
decade.
You want me to give you the decades? Okay. The decade is the 1690s.
I'm glad as shit you told me that. So when they started, 1690.
America wasn't even America yet. We were still a colony.
Yeah, we're still
colonial America at that point.
We were in the nascent stages of America at that point. Let's go with 1693.
Okay. Paul, what year did the Vietnam War begin?
Oh shit, dude. Wait. I hate to help my opponent, but when the U.S. entered the war or when the war began?
When we entered it,
because there are two. There is a distinction to be made.
Yeah. Okay. Well, when the United States entered into Vietnam.
Okay.
Some folks are born made to wave the flag. Ooh, red, white, and blue. How do you do it? Do what? Kill women and children. It's easy, man. You just don't lead them so much. It ain't me. It ain't me. I ain't no senator's son.
Well, Paul is certainly soaked in the music.
I have to get in the mood.
Yeah.
Hey, baby, you want fucky sucky? Hey there, mamacita. How much you charge for fucky sucky? Fucky sucky, $25. $25 to beaucoup. $5 fucky sucky. What year was this? 19. $62.
Okay.
No, that's wrong. 1962. 1962.
Are you sure? All right. That's fine.
It means it's just wrong. TJ's so bad at hiding his fucking shit.
That sounds wrong to me.
There was just so much buildup. All right, Scotty. What year did the Challenger space shuttle explode?
Oh, that was in fucking.
Ooh, that's tough. I know this one.
I believe it was in the 80s.
I know this one. Faux show.
Yeah, you were alive, Paul, so you probably remember this shit.
I watched it in class.
Oh shit! Oh, thank you, Paul. Thank you, because you just made it much easier for me to guess.
What do you mean? I was in school in the 80s. You don't know when. I was in school.
I mean, you weren't but you were born in 1980, so I'm saying you weren't a little toddler running around when you were 3 or 4. So you had to be like, okay, so it was the later 80s.
I did help you out.
Let's go with 88.
Good guess.
All right, Paul. What year were women granted the right to vote?
Ooh, I have a pretty good idea on this one.
What year?
When did they get the vote? The vote, Paul.
Granted the right to vote.
I like the way that sounds. You were granted a right.
The right to vote.
I hear some music in my head when I think about women getting granted the right to vote.
Is it distressing music, Paul?
No, it sounds like.
I think Paul heard this music.
No, it's got a horn kind of sound to it, almost like it happened during a decade that one would call roaring. But I might be wrong.
You still have your lifeline too, Paul.
I do have my lifeline, but I don't know if I want to burn it on this one. Want to hear some funky Dixie Lamb? Women got the right to vote.
I love how Paul just tries to associate everything with some kind of music style and shit. It's like, what kind of music do I associate with it?
Hey,
dude, what year was that music popular?
Because Taylor can remember all these fucking songs when there's music playing. So some people make an association with us, like a song or something, and they can remember all kinds of shit.
Clearly, that's how Paul's brain works with this shit too.
Yeah, I mean, so if it helps him to remember, I mean, I don't see the harm in it.
All right, Paul, give me an answer.
Duke's place.
Okay, yeah, that's great. What's the answer to the question? When did women get the right to vote?
1929.
Okay.
In 1920.
Scotty, what year was Abraham Lincoln assassinated?
That would be, I believe, 1865.
Okay. Paul, what year was JFK assassinated?
Oh, come on.
Ding 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 ding.
Paul knows.
All the leaves are brown and the sky is gray. And the sky is gray. I've been for 19.
Paul, there's miniseries, there's books, there's.
I know.
If you can't get this, Paul,
horrible day.
Your conspiracy theorist credibility has been polled.
1968. 1965.
Paul is fucking retarded, dude. I'm not even gonna give you a spoiler. You're fucking wrong.
Into the 60s.
All right. What year, Scotty? And I gave you the harder ones in this round. I really did. What year did the California Gold Rush begin with the discovery of gold at Sutter's Mill?
Sutter's Mill, dude. Fuck. The 49ers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man. So that's the only fucking thing I can think of. So I'm going to go with 1849.
Okay.
It's a total stab in the dark because I have no idea when that happened, actually.
Paul,
what
year did the Civil War start?
Oh, God, I know the answer to this question. Right.
I tried to give Paul ones that I knew you would know, Scotty, and vice versa to some extent.
I don't think Paul knows when the fucking 49ers were in the hills digging for Sutter's Creek for gold or Sutter's Mill.
Yeah, this one I knew neither of you would fucking know. Oh, this is what year did the Civil War start?
They're coming up over the hill.
I am actually watching the show Deadwood right now, TJ. So it is it's somewhat applicable to my life.
I've watched the whole fucking long ass Ken Burns Civil War miniseries like 4 fucking times.
You have?
I immediately know this.
Oh damn, Paul! I actually do know the answer to this, but I can't give it to you. Like slit my own fucking throat.
I mean, I don't know, man. Give me the decade.
1860s.
Was afraid of that. That's what I was thinking it was, and I have no idea. 18. I'll tell you when it was. When Johnny Reb when Johnny Reb raised up, it was a fateful day. January, I believe it was. 1862.
Okay.
I'm so fucking proud.
Scotty. All right, Scotty. What year? This is the final question of the round, by the way. Scotty, what year did the United States make the mistake of acquiring the Louisiana Territory?
Oh, you ought to know this now. You are Louisiana boy.
Shit, dude.
Every Louisiana worth his salt know the answer to this one now.
Okay, because
you was the Louisiana Purchase.
1806.
06.
That sounds like 18 old bullshit to me now.
All right, I am going to tabulate. You guys can complain about how unfair I am.
Right. All right, well, you're going to make up the deficit in this round, Scotty, almost guaranteed. I think I made some pretty retarded guesses. Like, looking back on it now, I'm pretty sure that Kennedy was assassinated in, like...
It was 63.
Yeah. I'm just retarded. I'm just full-blown fucking retarded.
The Civil War one you did better on, because I believe the U.S., the Civil War started in 1861. So you're going to get points for that one.
All right. At least I'll get, I know I'm going to get a couple of points here and there and everywhere, but there's going to be a lot of zeros on my end.
You never know. You might have guessed exactly the
okay.
women's suffrage thing. I think you were pretty close.
So here we go, gentlemen. Paul, you were asked, what year did the United States enter World War I? The answer is 1917. Your answer was 1915. You get 0 points.
Damn.
So I don't get any points for that?
No.
Shit.
Scotty, you were asked, what year did the Salem witch trials take place?
And I had no idea.
You used your lifeline, but you said 1963, which was close enough to get 5 points. It was actually 1962.
That's when the Salem witch trials started?
Yes.
1962.
I'm sorry, 1692. I'm dyslexic. Please forgive me.
I was like, wait a minute.
You said 1693. It was actually 1692.
Damn, so I got 5 points.
You got to catch me when my brain jumbles that shit up.
That's why I was like, wait a minute there, TJ.
So Paul, I asked you, when did the Vietnam War begin? You said 1962. The correct answer is 1955. You get 0 points.
Boo.
Scotty, I asked you when the Challenger space shuttle exploded. You said 1988, which was very close, but not close enough for points. It was 1986.
That is right.
Paul, I asked you what year women were granted the right to vote. You said 1929. The correct answer is 1920.
Way off.
0 points. Scotty, I asked you what year Abraham Lincoln was assassinated. You knew the answer. It was 1865. You get 10 points for that.
Sweet.
Paul, I asked you what year JFK was assassinated. The correct answer is 1963. You said 1968. You get 0 points. Scotty, I asked you what year did the California gold rush begin with the discovery of gold at Sutter's Mill. You cleverly used the 49ers to realize that it was around that time, but the actual year was 1848. So you were 1 year off. You get 5 points.
Cool.
Paul, I asked you what year did the Civil War start. The correct answer is 1861. You said 1862, so you get 5 points for that.
5 points. Give me it.
And Scotty, I asked you what year did the United States make the mistake of acquiring the Louisiana Territory? The correct answer is 1803. You were reasonably close with 1806, but not enough to get points.
I want to say 1803. That was my other one, but I was like, you know what? I think it's 1806.
So for this round, Scotty has a total of 20 points, and Paul has a total of 5 points.
What's our totals?
I will look that up right now if you want.
I think I'm still leading by like 5 points.
So
due to my stellar performance in round one.
I don't think so. I think you're down, Paul.
If I add the so Paul in the last round, Scotty got 15 points. So
I got 25.
Right. I add that to the 20 points he has now. That would be 35 points. And Paul, you had 25 points in the last round and 5 points in this round, so you were at 30 points.
Oh, Scotty is leading.
Shit,
So
Paul.
Scotty is 5 points ahead. Now here is the round where I fully expect that you guys will perhaps lose some points.
Oh, damn.
How do we lose points?
You lose points if you're more than a decade off.
That ain't happening.
11 or more years and you fucked.
That ain't
We have one
happening.
lifeline, though. So
Google isn't going to let that. I mean, my brain is not that.
yeah, oh, yeah. Of
Yeah, I
course.
notice how Paul's no longer on camera.
Yeah,
Very
Paul, I
interesting.
demand you get back on camera for this section, dude.
My balls are out. I'm sorry. Hold on.
You better put your balls away, dude. Bullshit. Paul's got to be back on camera for this one, TJ. If
All
you
right.
said it's hardest, then I want Paul's ass back on camera.
This one, yeah, Paul, get back on the camera.
I mean, if you
Son
guys
of a
want to
bitch.
get banned,
All right.
I think I know what
So
Paul's doing.
this one, gentlemen, and I'm sure you guys, I was just joking earlier. I'm sure you guys are perfectly knowledgeable in the area of Black history, right?
oh yeah,
Sure. Of
my
course.
brother. Let
duh.
me tell you something. From the age of Marcus Garvey to the march of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. From the slave days
Where was
to
that
the
famous
tribal
march held,
days
Paul?
of yore, I know everything. there is to
Where
know.
was the march held, Paul?
Where was what now?
Where was the march held?
Selma, sir. Don't ask.
All right. Fair enough. You knew the answer.
Of
All right.
course, I know the answer.
Scotty. And remember, you guys both have a new lifeline for this round.
That's right.
Okay.
All right. Scotty, what year did the first black slaves arrive in the Virginia colonies?
Oh fuck, dude.
Oh, Lord, pick a bale of cotton. Said, oh, Lord, pick a bale of day. I'm gonna jump down, turn around, pick a bale of cotton. Jump down, turn around, pick a bale of
Pop out
day.
your question.
Jump down, turn around. I'm just trying to help.
He's trying to help you out.
If you don't want my help, just say so.
It's not. Well, it's not help. If we're gonna throw out some years or something, then sure. I'd be happy.
Swing low, sweet
All right, we're getting fucking
chariot.
banned, TJ. We're getting fucking
What?
banned.
That's just what I'm doing it with reverence.
Okay. Let's see.
I can't
Can
believe
you
it.
repeat the question? So,
What year
when
did the
slave-
first black slaves arrive in the colony of Virginia?
So Virginia was, I believe, one of the oldest colonies. You know, famously Roanoke, Virginia, and stuff like that.
Yep.
I have to imagine that slavery started probably pretty quickly in the colonies. So I'm thinking the 1600s, somewhere in there. Oh man,
I can't confirm that, but yeah.
I'm gonna go with 1685.
Okay.
1685, huh?
I mean, it's a stab in the dark. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it happened later. I don't know. I'm just
All
I'm
right.
just going to take a stab at it and say I think it was earlier.
okay.
Paul,
Yep.
what year was Jackie Robinson signed to the Brooklyn Dodgers, breaking the baseball color barrier?
You ask me the stupid fucking question. What year was Jackie Robinson signed? Oh, you
Paul
won't
sounds like
be.
the kid that has to
You
do the
won't
book
be asking me such a stupid
Yeah,
question.
that's like when Bart has to do a book report on Treasure Island. It's an island, and there's treasure, and there's a pirate, and there's a parrot on his shoulder. It's like, I don't think Paul's a fucking clue.
Anybody knows that the fucking brilliant Jackie Robinson was signed, finally breaking the color barrier in baseball in the great year of 1949. 1951, sorry, my friend.
Oh, yeah, right.
1951, when good old Jackie Robinson was.
All right.
Okay, well, good. I don't know either, so good enough answer, I'm guessing.
Okay. Scotty, what year was the 14th Amendment ratified, defining former slaves once and for all as U.S. citizens?
I believe,
Now, you seem to be
14th
pretty good on
Amendment.
the Civil War stuff, so.
yeah, I believe. So I have an idea. I believe
Camptown racists sing this song, doo-dah.
Are you just a fucking compendium of fucking songs, dude?
No, wait.
14th Amendment ratified.
Are you talking about like when all the states ratified it, or when it passed Congress?
Let me make sure that I'm not being stupid here.
Because I believe with an amendment to be ratified, 2/3 of the states have to vote on it and approve that amendment to the Constitution.
Let me make absolutely sure that I'm not fucking this up.
Maybe I'm misunderstanding, but I just want clarification if I'm wrong or if you know.
Because I asked you when it was ratified, and I want to make sure that I'm getting my date absolutely right here. Because that's a fair enough follow-up question to that. All right, 14th Amendment is the Constitution. Okay.
Little brotherly love here, allowing some fucking follow-up questions.
This is well, if you
all right, nothing wrong with a little.
You were able.
Love.
What the hell? You asked me to define the Vietnam thing. All right, so the ratified is the correct. Yeah, is when it was ratified.
Have your bros back. It's all good.
Okay.
So the question is when it was ratified, and I made sure. I was just making sure my answer was correct. It is. So go ahead.
Okay, so it is all the states then. Oh, fuck.
Well, I don't know if it's all the states, but it was enough
enough to make it an amendment. I'd imagine it would have gone pretty quickly after the Civil War. It's definitely during Reconstruction, so it has to be sometime in the 1860s or 1870s. I would have to say something. But ratified. I think it's mainly going to be probably. Well, you know what? I don't know. It feels like it was like, look, it's something like a war like that. I'm sure with the way Congress and everything was made up at the time and the other states being seceded, it probably passed really fucking quick. I'm going to have to go with 1866.
Okay.
It was done fairly quickly after the Civil War ended.
Paul, what year did Congress ban the importation of new slaves from Africa?
Oh, shit.
Give me my decade.
Just flat out 1800s, like the first decade of the 1800s.
Okay.
Dude, Paul, fuck, dude.
The answer is not in the void in front of you.
In the year of 1804, they didn't sell no slaves no more. I think that's the way it goes, right?
Sure.
1804 is my
not?
guess.
Why not?
You guys are doing very well, just so you know.
So we're doing miserably. Great.
Scotty, what year was the popular abolitionist novel Uncle Tom's Cabin published?
Okay. This another book that was very influential around the time of the Civil War. Let's see. No, I'm gonna go with 18. How long had the book been out at that point? Let's see, 1860.
Okay,
1860.
I don't
what
know.
a terrible, pitiful guess that was, Scotty.
It might turn out to be so.
Paul.
Yes, sir.
What year was the Black Panther Party founded?
She wanted to take me to one of those Black Panther parties. It was in the summer of love because Jenny was in, and it was right around the time that Forrest gave the speech in the National Mall. Let me tell you what I think about Vietnam, and I know that was the summer of love. That was 1969. And so the Black Panther Party was probably founded in the years prior to that, probably around that time. I would say 1967.
Okay.
Lock it in.
Gotcha. Scotty, what year did the Supreme Court rule in the Dred Scott case that Congress did not have the right to ban slavery and also created a legal precedent that slaves are not citizens?
Okay, let me go with my decade now.
1850s.
1850s. 1856.
Okay.
I love how I'm trying to use Forrest Gump to answer these fucking questions. What a retard I am. What a total fucking blockheaded dunce
Be
I am.
it fucking damn.
Let me just say, from here on forward, nobody should ever listen to a fucking thing that I ever say again because I have no credibility
I was really hoping this episode would reveal the ignorance of both of you.
Well, you've succeeded, sir.
But you know what? I admit, like, dates are hard. I don't know why dates are so much harder than the other ones. Like, because like it's really easy to remember who, what, why, where.
I think it's because I don't care.
Right.
Like, I don't assign a certain specialness to the date. Like, I like the event.
Right.
But I don't like, to me, the year that something happened doesn't make a whole lot, unless you're talking about.
But like, you know, like if you look at
2001, TJ,
if you look at history as like a fucking chain and stuff, it's kind of important to know kind of like what sequence things happened in, and that's what years are kind of useful for. But
I'm still waiting for all right, and the final question to Scotty for the win if he can get it right. What year did violent Muslim extremists fly planes into the World Trade Center? A tough one, Scotty.
Scotty, you may not be able to get this one. Just take your time.
Paul.
Yes.
What year was Howard University, the country's first black law school, founded? Take a shot in the dark, Paul.
Shot in the dark, and it's so lame.
Dude, Paul's like a deer in the fucking headlights right now. He just looks fucking like lost.
Okay,
like,
it's Howard University, you said?
Paul's Bambi trying to cross a fucking 12-lane highway.
I'm going to say 1915, 1910, 1915, 1915.
Fucking
didn't Paul use his decade then?
He didn't use one just now.
Oh, he didn't? Okay.
I already used my decade. I said 19. I said 19.
I thought I heard someone said about a decade.
Yeah, but
just making sure you guys aren't fucking cheating behind my back.
I didn't give him no decade.
How much of that fucking jerky has Paul promised you, TJ? How much?
Not much. Just a little.
I will give 3 bags of your choice of jerky to whichever one of you helps me cheat win this, by the way. I'll just let you know right there. My phone's right here. Go ahead and text away.
Scotty, what year did Nat Turner lead a slave uprising against his oppressors in Virginia?
Nat Turner.
Revolutionary, one of the bloodiest slave revolts, probably the most significant slave revolt.
Yes. And the posited cause for the Second Amendment, or the Second Amendment.
Well, it was years after the Second Amendment, so I don't think that's what.
Well, one of the defenses of the Second Amendment.
Oh, okay, gotcha. I probably shouldn't have narrowed it down.
Now you gave him all kinds of fucking help.
Read the question again, TJ.
But that was because of you, Paul. You're
invalidation.
You're the one
who call
for
invalidation.
Nat Turner's slave revolt.
I led you down the primrose path, and I made you ruin it, TJ.
No, it's
all right, TJ. So read the question again.
Nat Turner's slave uprising. Okay. What year is the most significant slave uprising happened in Virginia?
So we know, obviously, it's not going to be after the Civil War, so you can eliminate all that. Clearly, the slave uprising. I don't remember this event well, but I had to guess. Slave uprising. Oh, what the fuck is the 17th or 18th century? Shit, this one I don't know.
Uprising.
I don't really know the answer to this one.
Gotcha, slave uprising.
Fuck, I have no clue. Because I have no clue. I'm going to say 1793.
TJ, you can go ahead and finish texting him that answer.
All right. Paul, what year did MLK write his famous letter from Birmingham jail?
Shit. I have a dream. We may not reach that mountaintop, but I want you to know that I have a dream. I have a dream that one day every valley shall be explored. I have a dream that one day every hill and every mountain shall be fondled.
Mm-hmm.
And one day I will look down on that beautiful, voluptuous woman and I will say, I waxed that ass. I waxed that ass. Good Lord, have mercy. I waxed that ass. 1958.
58, huh? Okay. All right, I'm going to calculate your scores while you each just contemplate how horribly you did.
I think I did well. I think
Whatever.
I fucking aced. Fucking this pop quiz came up and I fucking aced it, dude. Paul, you on the other hand, I think you got a fucking solid F, man.
I expected one, so whatever.
That's what you expected, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, as soon as he told me the premise of this, I knew I was going to fucking lose this piece of shit fucking competition. Fucking TJ with his stupid shit.
Dance, monkey, dance. Oh, yes. Want to do a competition? Great.
I should have just cheated my way through this. Because I know TJ would have. TJ would have been like, what year was Kennedy assassinated? Let me just really
19.
really think about
it's on my
that.
tongue. It's right there.
Hey, hold on. Hey, Siri, what year was Kennedy assassinated? John F. Kennedy was assassinated in 1962. I'm going to go ahead and guess 1962 on that one.
It's 63.
It was 63.
Whatever. You know, you get my fucking drift.
Paul, let's remember.
Not only did I suck at this, but I didn't learn anything either.
Yeah, you didn't. That's the best part.
All right.
That's the best part of all.
Okay. So it's taken a strange shape now. We'll hear about this. So,
Cool.
Scotty, I asked you what year did the first black slaves arrive in Virginia? You said 1685. It was 1619. You lost 10 points there.
Oh, fuck, dude. That's way off.
Paul, I asked you what year Jackie Robinson was signed to the Brooklyn Dodgers. You said 1951. It was 1947. You get 0 points for that.
Come on. 0 points.
I knew that one was
didn't
a movie
lose
called
points.
like 47 or something.
So,
At least I didn't lose points.
Scotty, I asked you what year the 14th Amendment was ratified, defining former slaves as U.S. citizens. And you said 1866, which was close. It was 1868, but not close enough for points. So 0 points for you. Paul, what year did Congress ban the importation of new slaves from Africa? You said 1804 after using a lifeline. The correct answer was 1808. You get 0 points.
It's okay.
Scotty,
I'm glad
you were
I
asked
fucked
what
all
year
of them.
was the popular abolitionist novel Uncle Tom's Cabin published. You said 1860. The correct answer was 1852. You get 0 points. Paul, you were asked what year was the Black Panther Party founded. You said 1967. The correct answer was 1966. You get 5 points. Scotty, you were asked what year did the Supreme Court rule in the Dred Scott case. You said 1856. The correct answer is 1857. You get 5 points.
Sweet.
Paul, you were asked what year Howard University, the country's first black law school, was founded. The correct answer is 1869. You said 1915. You lost 10 points. Scotty, you were asked what year did Nat Turner lead a slave uprising against their oppressors in Virginia. 1831 is the correct answer. You said 1793.
Yeah, 10 points.
You lose 10 points. Paul, you were asked what year did MLK write his famous letter from Birmingham jail? The correct answer was 1963. You said 1958. You get 0 points. So overall for that round, Scotty, you get negative 15 points, and Paul, you get negative 5 points. The overall score is now Scotty with a score of 20, Paul with a score of 25. So Paul, believe it or not, you somehow are actually winning this.
Well, because you had because you gave him such contemporary ones that he was able to just context clue guess his way through them. Like you're like, when did MLK do this? So he knows.
I'm sorry that I hold you to a higher standard, Scotty.
Damn, dude, this is fucking some rigged ass shit.
You know what, though?
Beef jerky, TJ.
You know what? Though, look,
enjoy the beef jerky, TJ.
Hold on. The next round is a lot easier. Okay, I knew that I couldn't.
It isn't.
I knew that I couldn't fucking. No, it's really. It genuinely is easier. It really is. You probably will not lose points on this round at the very least, if you know anything about movie history, which I know you both do. So
yeah, but I don't know, years are tough on movies as they are for anything.
Yeah, but you should be able to at least ballpark the decade and not lose the fucking points for the most part.
Roughly what decade?
All right. So this is horror movie history. So
Okay.
this is an easy one. I'm just going to simply tell you the title of a movie, and you are going to tell me the year that it was released.
Okay.
All right.
And we're going to start with our good friend Paul.
Okay.
So, Bela Lugosi version of Dracula, Paul.
Bela Lugosi's Dracula.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? To be safe here, I'm going to use my lifeline now.
30s.
It's going to be burned anywhere.
30s.
Okay. I want to say 1935. 1936.
36. Okay.
Final answer.
You're always changing. I don't even know. I should just like wait before
There's
I write yours down.
There's a little tuning mechanism that I go through sometimes. 1936.
Okay. Scotty, the original version of The Blob.
Oh, I want to say that's a 50s one. 1955.
Okay.
Good guess.
Paul, Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho.
Psycho. Fuck. I want to say. Man, this is tough. I might not get the fucking decade right. I want to say Psycho was a mid to late 60s movie, but it might have been an early 70s movie. But I want to say mid to late 60s. So I'm going to go with 1960. I'm going to go with 1968. No, hold on.
I know. I didn't even write it. I'm waiting for you to fucking settle your mind.
I'm tuning. I'm going to go with 1967.
Okay. Scotty, The Evil Dead. Sam Raimi version.
Dead.
The original.
Original Evil Dead.
That was what year?
I think I know this one. I think I do.
$1981.
Okay. God, I'm such an idiot. Okay. All right. Paul, The Wolfman.
Which one?
Original.
Okay, so the original Wolfman. 19. I know it was in the 40s. 1940. I'm just going to guess 1940.
Okay. Scotty, The Creature from the Black Lagoon.
Ooh. Let me use my decade.
50s.
50s. See, I would have probably put it earlier. 1957.
Okay. Paul.
Yes.
The original King Kong.
King Kong. Damn, and I've already blown my let's see. I want to say King Kong was an early movie. Fuck you. Why are you giggling at me?
Sorry.
Paul might lose points on this one.
I'm probably going to lose points on this one. God, man.
Yeah, because I mean, like, I can think of that movie, and it's probably putting me in like a 30-year range too, unless I just knew the answer.
I'm going to say, and I'm probably going to get bitch slapped for it, but I'm going to say 1938.
Okay. Scotty. Blackula.
That sounds like a fucking. I haven't really seen it. That strikes me as blaxploitation. So that's gonna be biggest in the 70s. Blackula. 1976.
Okay.
Good guess.
Paul, high tension.
High tension.
Mm-hmm.
I can't even picture the fucking movie.
Yeah, me either.
Oh, well.
Oh, fuck, dude.
You got to tell me what the movie is.
It's about...
I haven't seen the movie. I can't fucking...
It's about a girl being pursued by a killer. It's pretty generic in that respect.
Who did it?
Oh, shit, dude. Paul's fucked on this one.
All right.
Who did it?
He can't give you a synopsis.
Like
oh,
who? Not a synopsis. Like
All
who
right,
directed it?
I'll tell you the director.
No,
That's
what?
fine.
Oh, tell him the director. Oh, dude, this is so
Because he
fucking
said Alfred
rigged.
Hitchcock's Psycho
Rigged.
earlier.
It doesn't matter if he said that in the other question. He said high tension. Oh, dude, this is so rigged.
I don't know who. I don't know.
All right.
Where to even place
here
this
you go.
shit.
It
Back.
is-
He's shaking Paul.
It's
Hey, TJ.
directed by Alexandre Aja.
Oh, TJ has that fucking beef jerky taste. Hey, Paul, you need other information? Oh, here's when the year was done. Now guess it. Oh, I'm right.
I don't know, dude.
Paul's fucked, dude.
High tension. 1965. Fuck you. You picked the movie I haven't seen. What am I supposed to
She did so
do?
bad. She did so bad at decorum day. 1965. She did like.
I don't know, dude. I don't know.
Oh damn!
All right,
That's
Scotty.
really wrong.
Scotty, Leprechaun.
Oh shit, dude! Leprechaun was like, I want to fucking say, I almost want to say it's in the 90s. You know who was in the first Leprechaun 2 is Jennifer Aniston. And I know the show Friends got big.
It was a breakout role for her.
So who? So I mean, it has to be either super early 90s. I almost feel like it's on the end of the 80s or it's right in the beginning of the 90s. Oh fuck. Oh shit. Where would I put Leprechaun? Does it feel more like it's right on that fucking boundary? 1990.
Okay.
Oh shit. I guess I got that one wrong.
What? I don't get any more. That's it. That's
the end. Okay.
How come I got the bullshit one that nobody's seen?
It's
yeah. High Tension one was a great fucking question.
I really feel like that. Like,
High Tension was a critically acclaimed
I don't
horror
care if
film
it
at
was
the time.
critically
And
acclaimed.
it was
I haven't
pretty.
seen every goddamn movie in the world, and you picked one I haven't seen.
I'm
Haven't
sorry.
seen it, Paul.
I thought you would have seen it. I mean, you claim to be a horror fan. Anyway, so I asked.
Okay, wait a minute. I claim to be a horror fan
Oh,
because I haven't
damn.
seen High Tension. I'm not a horror
You
fan.
haven't seen? Oh, haven't seen High Tension.
I mean,
Paul?
it made a pretty big splash at the time it came out. I'm really surprised. I thought that would be an easy gimme for you. Bela Lugosi's Dracula. I asked Paul when it was released. He said 1936. Correct answer, 1931. Get 0 points.
Oh, wow.
Scotty, I asked you when the original Blob came out. You said 1955. Good guess. 1958. 0 points. Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho. Paul said 1967. The correct answer is 1960. He gets 0 points.
At least I'm not losing any so far.
Yeah. The original Evil Dead. I asked Scotty when that came out. He said 1981. That was correct. He gets 10 points.
Boom.
Paul, I asked you when the Wolfman came out. You said 1940. You were 1 year off. It was 1941. You get 5 points.
Oh damn.
Nice. Give me some points back.
Scotty, I asked you when the Creature from the Black Lagoon came out. You said 1957. The correct answer is 1954. 0 points.
Okay, fair enough.
Paul, I asked you when the original King Kong came out. You said 1938. The correct answer was 1933. You did not lose points on that. I know that was a fear of yours.
Okay, good.
Blackula, Scotty, you were able to narrow it down to the decade simply because of its blaxploitation nature, but you were not close enough to get points. The correct answer was 1972. You said 1976.
Yep.
High Tension, the contentious High Tension, was actually released in 2003, well within Paul's lifetime, and was a big, it was the #1 movie in America, and it was a pretty big splash. But I guess he was asleep during that movie.
Yeah, I didn't care.
yeah, damn.
I never saw it.
Paul
Never
said
heard of it.
1965. The correct answer was 2003. Paul lost 10 points, which was lame because I thought it was a gimme, but whatever. Scotty, I asked you what year Leprechaun came out. You were reasonably deducted that it was around the 90s. You said 1990 flat, but the correct answer was 1993. You get 0 points. So totals for that round. Paul, you lost 5 points because you got 10 points and then you lost. I mean, sorry, you got 5 points and then you lost 10 points on the high tension question. So that brings your overall score from the game down to 20. Scotty, you gained 10 points in the round, and that brings your overall score to 30. So now Scotty has taken the lead.
Oh, damn, Paul.
It's just such horse shit.
Oh, so when I mentioned, don't worry, Paul, the next round, much easier. Much easier.
Did I die last night in my sleep, and am I in hell now?
Yes, you're in hell. I love this episode so much.
Now, 1 second, too. I got to take a piss.
Okay.
Yeah, Jesus Christ, TJ.
Oh, don't worry, Paul.
You know what? Fuck you. I'm going to take a leak, too. You
Okay.
can entertain the people on your own.
And you know what? I'll take a fucking leak as well. We'll all just leave.
What?
They can stare at a blank screen.
That's bullshit. You're the one that put us through this
All
bullshit.
right. Go ahead. Go take your fucking piss, you crybaby.
No, you sit here and entertain the fucking people.
All right, I
people.
will. Guys, I fucking love this episode so much, dude. When I was putting this together last night, all I was doing the whole time was laughing my fucking ass off. Oh, yeah, Bruce Valanche, that's getting me. Dude, the whole time I was making this episode, I was just chuckling to myself because I knew that it was just going to be so fucking hard. It's actually not as hard as I thought it would be, though. They're actually doing better. I fully expected, by the way, I'll give them credit for this. I fully expected both of them to be in like the negatives right now. Now, in fairness to them, if I was the one doing this test, I'd probably have a fucking score of like -50 because I'm terrible with years and dates and shit like that. But I think it's like the hard. I don't know. Maybe I know there's some people out there probably in this audience that have like this fucking encyclopedic sort of like mind for like dates, but obviously none of us have been blessed with that particular attribute. So, but it's kind of fun to act like I this is like the power of like the Alex Trebek type where you just get to act like you know it all, Oh, no, it was Lake Titicaca, and like just act like you're the infinite compendium of knowledge, while the fucking contestant's like, oh, I'm sorry, wrong. So, yeah, it's quite fucking beautiful. Paul went to take a piss as well.
Damn, dude.
So I have been talking to the audience, telling them the thought process behind this wonderful episode.
What is it?
Thought process was, let's fucking put Scotty and Paul in hell, basically.
It's not that bad, dude. Because I'm going to win that fucking jerky.
Yeah, you're at 30 points, so you're 10 points ahead at this point. There are still 2 more rounds, though. And it could easily change. The last round, I think, is the most fun. But this next round, this might actually be harder than the Black History round now that I'm really thinking about it.
Dude, yeah, that one was like, oh, shit, I don't know much about this.
Yeah, you guys need to brush up on your
Now, the
Black
Jackie
History.
Robinson one I would have known because there's like a movie called like 47 or something.
Uh-huh. I thought that was his number. I thought it was based on his number, though.
I thought it was based on, okay, well, that would have been a weird coincidence and lucky guess.
But yeah, you would have still, like, you would have, using the wrong process, gotten to the right answer, but still.
Hey, you know what? If it works, man.
Maybe he was given that number because of the year. Like, oh, this is the year. They knew, like, the significance of what they were doing or something. Yeah.
Paul's going to lose.
All right, it sounds like everybody's back. Are you guys ready to go? It's TJ Valanche here. I've got the rest of this game all cooked up.
All right, you go ahead and keep doing your TJ Valanche impersonation. It's now my turn to go take a piss. So you and Scotty, you can shit talk each other or whatever.
How you doing, Scotty?
How you doing?
Am I doing a good job passing you this win and fucking over Paul's ego one more time?
Oh, yeah. Thank you. I appreciate that. That jerky's going to be delicious. I can't wait to split it with you.
I mean, it's really odd to me, Scotty, sitting here with you, looking at the family resemblance that we share. Isn't it strange how much we look alike, Scotty?
Well, I mean, you kind of look, you don't look like me, but you look like someone that could be related to me. I do agree with that.
Isn't it strange, Scotty? Isn't it strange, Scotty, how easy it is to dupe that Paul's ego?
Pretty easy, man. He's buying it hook, line, sinker.
What a gullible piece of shit he is.
Yeah. I mean, clearly we're demonstrating that here today.
Hold on, let me get this grapefruit out of my ass. Oh yeah, oh baby.
Why would you take it out? You know, that's the whole point. Is putting it in.
So I can put it in again.
I want that grapefruit in my ass.
All right, hey, listen, guys. I know that I know you guys are doing super well so far.
Of course.
And listen,
listen. Episode.
This next round is going to be very easy for both of you because I know that you guys both appreciate great works of literature.
Oh, fuck, dude.
So this is the same as the last round, only this time I'm going to tell you famous books, and you have to tell me the year they came out.
This is even worse. I'm going to look even stupider.
Now, I confess to the audience that, you know, if I was put in your guys' position, I would be doing no better than either of you, perhaps even worse, because I'm terrible with dates. But, you know, that's how it goes. Scotty. Moby Dick.
Yeah, Moby Dick. It's a book about a fucking whale.
That's right. Good point.
Captain Ahab, and they fucking sail the ocean blue together, fighting crimes. And
right.
shit.
Yeah, exactly the synopsis. Right.
Look, frosty lads, 'tis the white whale I see, cresting the waves are yonder.
Well, I'm also not
down
losing
the
10
hatches
points
and
to
man
begin
the
with.
guard.
So I'm just going to use my lifeline right off the bat because I'm sure this whole category is going to throw me for a fucking loop.
I'm going to start doing that too.
1850s.
1850.
Damn, I would have gotten fucked on that.
Yeah, I was thinking like 1810 or something.
Yeah,
So
me too. I was way earlier.
So 1850s, TJ?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay. Ooh. God, fuck.
So just pick a number. Any numbers. You know, you obviously don't know, so.
Yeah.
I mean, well, he wants to try and get it dead on, though. He wants that 10 points.
Yeah, you want the 10
You don't want to
points.
just randomly pick a number.
Okay,
Don't
go
you?
on. You know,
You might-
far be it
yeah,
from me
you
to
might
try
have
to
search your
impart
brain
strategy.
for any sort of clue. But there's nothing in my mind is totally blank, so I'm going to go with 1853.
You got a 1 in 10 chance of 10
Yeah.
points on that bad boy.
Okie dokie. Paul, The Great Gatsby.
The Great Gatsby was written in 1938. 1938.
Huh? Hold on, I have to do some math here.
Happy feet. I've got those happy feet. Give me a lowdown beat. And they begin dancing.
All right, Scotty.
Happy feet.
Scotty. Gravity's Rainbow. Thomas Pynchon.
What's that?
I just said the author's name. It's fine.
Gravity's Rainbow by Thomas Pynchon.
Yep.
Oh, fuck, dude.
You don't know this?
no.
Every kindergartner in America knows this.
I wish I was a kindergartner then.
I don't either. I have no fucking clue.
Gravity's Rainbow. It's about gravity in a rainbow. Fuck,
That's
dude.
so right.
It's 19. I'm trying to just fucking come with here. 1968.
I'm just waiting for that TJ text to come through. Oh, there it is. Okay.
Oh, God damn it. Okay. Paul, The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn.
Huckleberry Finn, that little scamp. Good old Huckleberry Finn.
Dude,
Everybody knows that old boy got up to some adventures now, didn't he?
yeah,
Learned him some lessons too, good old Huckleberry.
We didn't know roughly when that was going down.
I remember when I was a young lad in 1901, and I picked up that first edition copy of Huckleberry right off the presses. 1901 it was.
Okay.
I'll never forget the day.
Okay.
1901. All right.
Yep. Gotcha.
I feel we're losing a lot of points. In this round, Paul.
We're both fucked.
we're down to like negative points.
We're gonna get no
All right.
jerky at all.
Scotty, 1984. Hint, not 1984.
Okay, 1984 by George Orwell.
Yes.
I believe that was written in the 40s. I'm gonna go with 1942.
Okay. Paul, Carrie.
Carrie. 1976. No. 1976. Carrie.
Okay. Gotcha. Scotty, War and Peace.
It was the best of times.
That's A Tale of Two Cities.
Oh, sorry.
War and Peace.
Yeah.
It's a book about war.
Uh-huh.
It's a book about peace.
Right.
There's violence in it.
Yeah.
And then there's conflict resolution in the book.
Uh-huh.
It's really long.
Yep.
So when would someone write some long tome that no one will ever read
Pretty much at
years
any point,
later, but pretend to
pretty much at any point in history.
Yeah, pretty much at all times in history, people are writing shit like that.
Oh, fuck, dude. War and Peace. Waiting for that text to come through.
Come on, TJ, hurry
Come
up.
on, TJ, give that text.
I'm sending it now, Scotty. Don't you worry.
It seems like it was written in the 1800s. I don't know why. I just have that feeling. I'm going to go with... Oh, fuck, dude. Now, is it the early 1800s or the fucking late 1800s? 1835. I have no fucking idea.
Okay. Paul, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe by C.S.
The
Lewis.
Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. Many fond memories of reading it in West Chesterfordshire, England, by the hearth at me old granny's house. I did. The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. Now there's a group of books that you can be proud of. And they were actually written by C.S. Lewis. That's absolutely right. I remember that name because that's going to help me figure out which year it was when I sat down on old Granny's lap by the hearth in West Chesterfordshire, and she first read to me The Lion and the Witch and the Wardrobe. Yes. What year was that? What year was that in? That was in...
Let's vamp a little more.
That was in 19...
Wasn't there a line in that book?
That was in that jolly old year of 1900 and...
1900 and... What, is that your final answer?
That's my final answer. 1900 and...
Write it down, TJ. Good boy, TJ. Write it down.
1900, yeah.
Oh.
19...
Write it down.
1929.
That seems like it could be completely right or completely and utterly fucking wrong.
Scotty.
I don't know which one it is.
Scotty, Little Women, Volume 1.
Oh, fuck, dude. The fucking Scotty and Paul are ignorant fucking wretches episode. How ignorant are these two morons? Find out tonight. Little Women. You know, man, it was written in a time period where women were littler than they are now, in stature and in weight. So clearly, it was written. It's an old book. It's older. We know things about this book because it's about these women, and they made movies about it and shit.
Yeah, they did.
That's all true.
Fuck. 1923.
This book.
1923,
huh? Okay.
Welcome to losing 10 points, Scotty.
Paul.
Yeah.
Last question. Ender's Game.
Oh, that's a good book, dude.
Yes. Orson Scott Card's seminal sci-fi novel, Ender's Game. A book that's about a boy who's recruited into a program where he plays a game that requires him to strategize with another group of people. Little does he know he's being prepared to fight an alien menace. Yes, the seminal work of Orson Scott Card, still around, by the way, which should help me narrow down the timing. It definitely wasn't 1920 or something. Orson Scott Card still being an asshole to this day. Stupid right-wing ass Orson Scott Card spouting off nonsense. It must have been in It must have been in the 1980s then. It must have been in the 70s or the 80s when Orson Scott Card released his seminal work. I'm going to say 1981. 1981.
Okay. Let me tabulate the scores for this round.
Please do.
Dude, our scores are probably like 5 points each at the end of this.
If we're lucky.
If we're fucking lucky, dude.
If either of us has points left at the end of this round, we'll be lucky gentlemen. I have a feeling we might have given back all our fucking points.
Because I feel like some of my answers were fucking completely and utterly off.
I'm a retard. Like I said earlier, don't listen to a word I say about any subject. Take every fucking thing that comes out of my mouth with a grain of salt. Because I don't know dates. So
fuck, dude. I don't think most people would know the answers to these questions. Maybe some. I'm sure that there's some people that just have a mind for this thing.
You know, the chat section is going to be filled with, I can't believe Scotty's so fucking stupid. I can't believe. Oh my God.
That normally happens anyways. I mean, I don't know why would that be any different than normal.
Everybody knows Little Women was written in 1892.
All right. Scotty.
Okay. Fuck, dude. Let the pain begin.
You said Moby Dick came out in 1853.
Yes.
The correct answer is 1851. You didn't lose any points. 0.
Fuck, dude.
Hey, that's fine. Points. You're still ahead. You're still.
Yeah, I'm still. Yeah, it's
Paul.
True.
You said The Great Gatsby came out in 1938. The correct answer is 1925. You were off, but you were not off by a full 20 years, so you get -5 points instead of the -10.
That's
You said it was more than 10. You lost 10 points.
Yeah, you lose 5 points if it's more than 10. You lose 20 points if it's more than you lose 10 points if it's more than 20.
I got you. Okay.
Which you guys, this is the first time you guys have been off. Like usually when you guys are off, you're off by decades.
30 years or more.
So this has been the first. This has been the first time that someone's been off.
So I was in the zone. I only lost 5 points. That's still. I mean, it's better than it could have been.
So Scotty, Gravity's Rainbow. You took a total shot in the dark. You said 1968. You were close enough to not lose points. It's 1973.
Wow, cool.
Paul, The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn. You lost 10 points by claiming it was written in 1901 when it was actually written in 1884.
Oh, damn.
Actually, wait a minute. Hold on. Let me look at something real quick.
That's 17 years.
Yeah, you're right. Sorry, Paul. You only lost 5 points on that.
Okay, thank goodness.
My bad.
All right. I'm saying thank goodness giving my points back. I think I got 10 points left.
So there you go. That was a mistake on my part. I'm sorry about that.
It's okay.
Scotty, you said 1984 came out in 1942. It was actually 1949. 0 points.
Huh.
Paul, you said Carrie came out in 76. It actually came out in 74. That's 0 points. Scotty, you said War and Peace came out in 1835. It was actually 1869, so you lost 10 points.
Fuck, dude.
Damn, give it up.
Paul, you said The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe came out in 1929. It actually came out in 1950, so you lost 10 points there.
Oh, damn.
Scotty, you said Little Women came out in 1923. It actually came out in 1868. So that's a loss of 10 points there. Paul, you said Ender's Game came out in 1981. It was actually 1977. You did not lose any points. That's a 0 points for you. So,
man,
overall in the round, Scotty, you had 30 points coming into this round. You lost 20 of them.
Oh, 10 points at least.
That's painful. And I think I did worse, though.
And that brings you down to 10 points. Paul, you lost... I originally thought you lost 25 points, but I caught that error, I realized you only lost 20. Which your score was already 20, so your score is now 0.
Oh, at least I'm not in the negative.
So the score is now 0 to 10.
It's like I never played the game.
Yeah, which I bet you wish you hadn't.
Yes.
All right, though. I'm going to be I'm merciful in this final round. At least somewhat merciful. I don't think you guys are going to fucking maybe know exact years on this, but I think that you should be able to reasonably extrapolate general time periods pretty easily. So this is celebrities. This is a celebrity-related round. I'm going to tell you the names of 3 celebrities, all of whom were born in the same year, and you have to tell me what that year was.
Okay.
So, Paul, you're going to go first.
Okay.
Sylvester Stallone, Alan Rickman, Andre the Giant.
Okay, wait a minute now. Tell me the premise again, just so I make sure I understand.
So all of those celebrities I just told you the names of, Sylvester Stallone, Alan Rickman, and Andre the Giant, were all born in the same year. And you have to guess that year.
Alan Rickman, Andre the Giant, born in the same year.
Sylvester Stallone as well.
Okay, so hold on now. So if he was, let me do a little math in my head here.
That's fine. Go ahead. If you have a reasonable idea about the age of any of the people, you can always try to go back.
1951.
1951. Okay. Scotty, Kim Kardashian, Channing Tatum, Rebel Wilson.
Kim Kardashian's big, bouncy booty, 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 booty.
1981.
1981. Okay. Paul, Tom Cruise, Jim Carrey, Axl Rose.
When out your day now in the cold November rain.
You really need some time on your own, Paul? All alone?
I need some time on my own. Okay, hold on.
Married to a supermodel and then
think about this
have
shit.
her die and then play a power ballad in the rain.
Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise, Jim Carrey, and Axl Rose.
Tom Cruise is weird. See, Tom Cruise isn't going to help me.
Right.
He's a time-traveling vampire.
Jim Carrey could help me too. You can do what you want to do in living color. Ow. I know Jim Carrey was in his 20s when he got his starring start, like his early 20s.
Bill. Yeah.
He was in his early 20s when that was popular. And I know that was popular in the late 80s and early 90s, primarily the early 90s. So let's say Jim Carrey was 22 in 1992. Let's take a stab. Jim Carrey was 22 in 1992. That would mean 82, 72. I think my math is correct on that. 1972 is my guess. Wait a minute. Does that make sense? Give me a sec.
All right, go ahead. You can.
He was born in 1972. He would have been 22 in 1992, and I would have been 12. No, and I was born in 19. Okay, so all right, my math is right. I just wanted to double check my math.
Well, no, he wouldn't have been 22 in 1992 if he was born in 72.
Okay, 72, 82, 92. Yeah, he would.
He'd be 20.
He'd be 20. Oh, you're right. Okay, hold on then. So if he was 22 in 1992, so 1970.
Okay.
Final answer.
Gotcha.
That was a decent answer.
Scotty, Elvis Presley, Woody Allen, the Dalai Lama.
Elvis Presley, Woody Allen, the Dalai Lama.
All born in the same year.
Okay, so that minus that.
Going to a party in the county jail. Prison man was there and began to wail. Let me have it and began to sing. You should have heard a rock that jailbird sing. I'm rock. Everybody, let's rock. Yeah, bun wholesale block. Dance to the jailhouse rock.
Scotty's trying to really fucking hard here. Look at that concentration.
1933.
1933.
Scotty's
Scotty.
smart. He does his math in his head. I can't do that. I got to vocalize my math. That's a good guess, though. That sounds about right.
All right, Paul.
Mm-hmm.
Robin Williams, Phil Collins, Mark Hamill. All double L's in their name, by the way. That's kind of neat.
I can feel Paul's failure coming in the air tonight.
Paul's trying to do math. It's cute.
Paul's like, 1 + 1 is 2. 2 + 2 is 4. 4 + 4 is 8. 8 + 8 is 16. 16 + 16 is 32.
Don't even know who I am.
Boom, boom, boom. 64 + 64 is 128.
I can see, and I remember. Okay, so that was popular in the 80s. But here's the thing. Phil Collins, I remember the video for that song.
Dude,
Phil Collins was bald.
Dude, you know what's fucked up, Paul? Is I actually know how old Phil Collins is, dude.
That's fucked up. Of course.
Oh, dude, so I can give you the answer right fucking
now. Who were the other people? It was Phil Collins,
Robin Williams,
and
Mark Hamill.
I know Robin Williams was in his 20s in the 80s as well. I think no, maybe not. Mark Hamill. Okay, wait a minute. Hold the fucking goddamn motherfucking phone. I was ignoring Mark Hamill. Star Wars came out in the late 70s. Mark Hamill was clearly in his early 20s when Star Wars came out. Clearly, he was like 20 years old or 21, maybe 22. So if he was... Okay, hold on.
The gears are turning.
I'm going to say 1956.
1956.
And I remember.
Scotty, Post Malone, Logan Paul, Melanie Martinez.
Oh, my fucking God.
I started with an 8th, all right. Then I went and changed my life.
I mean, they seem like they're in their 20s.
Late tonight. Put your arms around me, baby.
So,
I just want to fly.
They were born in the 90s.
All right.
They seem fairly young, though. I would say... Damn. I mean, Logan, they seem like they're in their mid-20s.
I don't want to die too young. Too young.
19...
Counting bands, hallelujah.
1996.
That's a good guess. That's a good guess right there. That's a good guess right there, Scotty. I think you may be right.
Okay. Paul.
Yes.
Walt Disney, Clark Gable, Louis Armstrong.
Fuck, dude.
Hello, darkness, my old friend. We both thought of it at the same time.
Yeah.
It's just the look on his face. So
I've
says
come
that.
to visit Paul again. And you know he doesn't have the answer to this shit. Go suck a fat dick.
Red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
That's not a bad impression, Paul. He just lacks the soul of the song, though. Paul has no fucking clue.
I hear babies cry.
I hear Paul
watch
crying.
them grow. They're no much more than I'll ever know. I hate this fucking game. Fuck you up your ass for making this game.
I promise. I'll promise you right now, I'll never do this game again. But
I'm gonna say.
Yeah, whatever.
I'm gonna say I know it was the early 1900s.
It's gotta be
So I just don't know if it was like 1910 or below. So I'm going to say 1910. That's the best I can do. 'Cause I think it might be a little earlier than that, but I think it also might be a little later than that. So I'm going to 1910, safe guess.
Okie dokie. Scotty, Gene Wilder, James Brown, Willie Nelson.
Oh, Willie is old. I believe Willie is in his 80s. So that would put him born when? Let's see. 20 under 60. So it's 40.
Gene Wilder, James Brown, Willie Nelson.
If you want to view,
those are pretty old dudes. Jim Brown is pretty fucking old. I just saw him in a fucking movie the other day.
Jim Brown. Never heard anyone call him Jim Brown before.
Simply look around and view it.
Anything you want to do it.
Gene Wilder just died a few years ago, and so these guys. I believe he was in his 70s. Fuck. So when would that put him?
There's nothing
to it. There's nothing to it, Scotty. You just heard the lyric. Come on.
I gotta fucking.
What are you doing? Whoa, what are you doing on your phone?
I gotta do math.
No, you can't be. No.
You could be cheating your ass off right now.
I would not be straight up cheating. At the end of the game, I wouldn't fucking go and cheat with it. Fine, but if you guys are that fucking, I wish I had a fucking.
If I pulled up my phone, you'd do the same to me, Scotty. At least grant me that.
Yeah, I would.
Let me just do some math. So Gene Wilder birthday.
Let me just bring up my calculator app here. Jeez.
I wish I could just share my phone screen so you could see.
Just bring an actual calculator next time.
Yeah, I will do that. Dude.
Yeah, next time. Whatever. I was like,
well, I'd never be able to do it, but then the legal tobacco kicked in. My brain was like, oh,
what?
Okay, so I'll just do the math. Fuck it. I'll fucking do it. I just got really lazy, and I'm like, I don't want to fucking do it. My brain's like, man, fuck that. You got a calculator.
You guys are in the home stretch. It's almost done. You guys are almost through it.
All right, fine. Okay, 20. Okay, so that's 1940. Okay, so that means 80 years. Okay. All right. So Willie Nelson's fucking 83. 1937.
1937.
That's a good guess, I think.
Okay.
But I might be wrong.
Paul, this is your last question of the entire game. Danny DeVito, Jerry Springer, and Sam Elliott.
Okay, Danny DeVito, Jerry Springer, and who?
Sam Elliott.
Jerry.
Well, let me tell you. Now, that's a question I really do know the answer to. Dude, if I don't know my own birthday.
Okay, give me my. Okay, so Jerry Seinfeld.
No.
Danny
DeVito, Jerry Springer, Jerry, and Sam Elliott.
Sam Elliott. If I had to take a guess now, Sam Elliott was probably.
Yeah, take a little shot in the dark there, Paul.
He was probably in his late 40s when they did Tombstone, which would put him squarely into his 50s, maybe even early 60s when they did The Big Lebowski. He probably wasn't no older than 60, but I'd put him in The Big Lebowski. I'm going to take a stab at it and say, old Sam, he was probably about 55 or so, 56. Now, if he was 56 at the time The Big Lebowski came out, now that was going to be in the late 90s there, Big Lebowski. So if he was around about 55 in the late 90s, that would make 1940s would be in play. So 1945, 44. I'm going to go ahead and make a guess here, TJ, if you don't mind.
Go ahead.
See, when I picture Sam Elliott, he was a boy in the 50s. He grew up and really became a man in the 50s now. And he was a young adult in the 60s, too. You can hear that in his voice. So let me just do the math one last time, if you don't mind. Let's see. I'm going to do 1943 there, TJ, if you don't mind.
Okay.
Damn.
That's going to be my guess.
All righty. Scotty, final question for you. Michael Jackson, Tim Burton, Ice-T.
Do I still have my lifeline this round?
Yeah.
Oh,
sure?
let me just use it then, because
You sure do.
it's the last question anyway, so I might as well narrow it
Wait a
down.
minute. Was that my last question?
Yeah, it was. I told you it was when you did it.
Because I might as well just fucking narrow it down. I'm not going to lose points, then
All right.
guaranteed. Let's just narrow it down.
50s.
Okay, I did my math right.
50s.
So the 50s?
Yeah.
Okay, and Michael Jackson, who else?
Michael Jackson, Tim Burton, and Ice-T.
So they're born in the 50s. Okay. Michael Jackson died about 10 years ago. Let's say. So, if that is true. Uh, 1955.
And they say, why?
Okay.
That
That concludes our game. Before we get to the final scores, let me tell you how that round went.
Uh-huh. How did it go?
So, Kim Kardashian, Channing Tatum, and Rebel Wilson. I'm sorry, that was not the first question. The first question was Sylvester Stallone, Alan Rickman, and Andre the Giant. That went to Paul. Paul guessed 1951. The correct answer was 1946.
Not bad. I didn't lose any points.
Yeah, he didn't lose any points.
No one lost any points in this round.
Oh, nice.
So that's 0 points for Paul.
Okay.
Scotty, I asked you what year Kim Kardashian, Channing Tatum, and Rebel Wilson were born. You said 1981. You were very close. It was 1980. You get 5 points for that.
Sweet.
Paul, I asked you about the birth dates of Tom Cruise, Jim Carrey, and Axl Rose. You said 1970. I think that Jim Carrey was a little older on In Living Color than you thought he was, because he was born in 1962, as was Axl Rose and Tom Cruise.
Damn. No points.
Yeah, 0 points. Scotty, I asked you what year Elvis Presley, Woody Allen, and the Dalai Lama were born. You said 1933. Painfully close, but not quite close enough for points. 1935.
Oh,
Damn.
Robin Williams, Phil Collins, and Mark Hamill. I asked Paul when those folks were born. Mark Hamill, I think, was also a little older in the Star Wars movie than you thought he was, because he was born in 1951, not 1956.
Damn.
fuck, dude.
Scotty, I asked you when Post Malone, Logan Paul, and Melanie Martinez were born. You said 1996. Very close. It's 1995. You get 5 points for that.
Sweet.
Paul, I asked you when
right on the wall, Paul.
Walt Disney, Clark Gable, and Louis Armstrong were born. You said 1910, which is a fair guess. It was 1901. It's a tough one. Scotty, I asked you when Gene Wilder, James Brown, and Willie Nelson were born. You said 1937. The correct answer is 1933. You get 0 points. Paul, I asked you when Danny DeVito, Jerry Springer, and Sam Elliott were born. You used your Sam Elliott math to arrive at the year of 1943, which was very close. You actually said the right year at one point in your speculation. It was 1944, and you get 5 points for that.
Damn.
Scotty, I asked you, as the final question of the entire game, what year Michael Jackson, Tim Burton, and Ice-T were born. You said 1955. The correct answer was 1958. You get 0 points.
Ah, damn.
So the final score for the overall game, unless I have somehow gotten my math wrong, which is Scotty with a score of 20 points and Paul with a score of 5 points.
Give me the fucking jerky.
So, Scotty, congratulations. You are the winner of our deluxe gourmet grand prize of this 8-count of delicious Righteous Felon
I'm
craft
gracious in
jerky.
victory. Paul, pick whatever your favorite one is, and I'll give it to you.
Oh, that's very nice of you, Scott.
So, Paul, pick whatever your favorite one is, and I'm gonna give Paul one of these, flavor he prefers.
I want that voodoo chili.
All right.
Okay, so
Paul will be getting a pack of voodoo chili as his consolation prize.
It's only fair.
Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for oh man, I love this episode so much.
Hey there,
So
Scotty.
beautiful.
Did I fix it well enough for you? I was close to the end, but he never
It
had
was.
a chance, brother.
Now that Paul's gone, we can all, as Kirk family members, just say, "Whoa, man, good job."
Yeah,
TJ."
now we're all Kirks. It's good.
That's right. Scammers to the end. Every last one of us, huh, boys?
They're
Hell
all,
yeah.
Hey, TJ, did you get this one? They're all bad people, dude.
Bruce Valanche Kirk. All right.
They're
I'll
all
tell you
bad
what, Paul.
people.
I'll tell you what. Come back on screen for a second. I'll get you. I'll give you a chance. I'll give you a chance to get something for yourself. I'll tell you what, Paul.
Something for
Dance,
myself.
monkey dance.
Yeah. Hold on.
You want a little something for yourself, Paul?
All right, Paul. I will give you also the jerky, but you have to, and I mean like immediately.
Oh shit!
Like you got to fucking be snappy with this. No time to think whatsoever. If you can tell me the year that Bruce Valanche was born, I will also give you the jerky. You get the jerky as well.
This
if
is
you can tell me that.
Very fair.
You got now.
1949.
What year is it?
1948.
Damn. So close.
You were so fucking close. Oh well. Oh well. I think that's the perfect
Dude,
note to end
That's
on.
the story of fucking Paul's life. A day late and a dollar short, and now a year short.
Damn it.
So beautiful.
Son of
That's
a
so
bitch.
fucked, dude.
It's kind of beautiful. All right, guys. Thank you for watching. Please comment about how ridiculously ignorant Paul and Scotty are in the comment section below, and how
rightfully so.
and how if you were in their position, you would have done so much better.
I
They
kept
probably
track,
would've.
and by the time that they were done, I had over 100 points. These guys are legit retarded.
Now we're gonna see that comment for sure.
Oh yeah. All right.
So whatever.
Thanks for watching, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Deep fat fried. Deep fat fried.